Let us now try and see what does one mean by inheritance. Okay, I hope you remember the previous key terms because we will be using them on and off as we go ahead in the lesson. So inheritance is nothing but transfer of traits or characteristics or characters or features from one generation to the other. Okay, now this transfer gets accumulated. This transfer gets accumulated. Remember, this transfer is because of reproduction that is occurring, and as a result the traits are being passed on. Then they start accumulating, and they are very essential because they are the ones who will provide a general body design with some minor changes here and there, and over a period of time what we get is diversity. Okay, to explain you this little bit more, let's move on to the next slide. So remember, inheritance means getting a common basic body design with little bit of changes in the individual from its previous generation, and that is inheritance, varsa. Let us understand overall what is heredity. It is transfer of features or traits from parents to offspring. Instead of offspring, I can use word children, I can use word generation, I can use word progeny or daughter. They all mean the same. That is, traits are passed on from one generation, that is parent generation, to the next generation, that is progeny or offspring. How does it happen, or who does that? Genes. How is that possible because of genes? Because of sexual and asexual reproduction. You remember we have studied this sexual reproduction or sexual reproduction. Now, because of all this, what happens or what is the cause? It leads to variations. If there are variations, then I would say if sexual and asexual reproduction, are the variations same? No. In sexual reproduction, we see more variation. In asexual reproduction, we see less variation. To start, and this variation, it gets accumulated one generation after the other, one generation after the other. It gets accumulated. Let us see how that happens. Look at this diagram very carefully. Okay, this actually shows how that variation gets accumulated over a couple of generations because of heredity. Okay, because of expression of genes. One individual at the top which is blue in color. Okay, I hope you see this. One individual which is blue in color over here. When this organism gives rise to new organism, okay, two new organisms are formed. Now these two new organisms have same body structure. They have the same body structure, but there is a slight change in their body structure. Okay, see, major body structure remains the same, blue color. There is one small red dot added at different positions, so that is one variation. One variation. Now when this generation gives rise to one more gen next, you will have again the basic body structure remains the same, circle, triangle, all that remains the same, but see the minor variation that has occurred. See, the minor variation has occurred. Okay, so over here there was only one variation. Over here there are two variations in every offspring. When these in turn reproduce, when they in turn give rise to new individuals, again there is a set of variation created. And now if I compare this last row organism with the very first organism, I see that, oh, the basic body structure has remained the same, but there is some set of variation that I see. And this variation has increased over a period of 2 generations, which means the variation gets accumulated. The variation gets accumulated. Okay. Now, when I study overall a branch of science, if I'm studying all of this together in a branch of science, we call it as I am studying genetics. In the previous slide, we talked about variation, which gets accumulated over a period of few generations. But remember one thing, this variation is more effective when it comes to sexual reproduction. In asexual reproduction, if I consider say one bacterium, it's dividing, it giving rise to two bacteria. Two then becomes four. But all the fours generated would be quite similar. There would be slight variations only if there is little bit of DNA mutations or DNA copying mistakes that happen. However, now look at this picture. What do you see? There is a big change of variation that has occurred, and finally we say that an species has been evolved. Why is this possible? This is possible because there is sexual reproduction which results into lot of variation. So what is the effect of variation? There are certain changes in features that we see. Now because of this changes in the features, why are they necessary? Because they are helping that organism to adapt to the changes and in turn helping the organism to survive. So survival, when the question of survival comes, what we see that over a period of millions of years, the organism has shown so many variations that finally the organism has undergone evolution. Remember I told you in the very first slide that heredity evolution at times they run together. And let's say if there is no variation occurring or if it had not occurred, then eventually the organism would have got extinct. So remember, variation is a need. It is more when it comes to sexual reproduction because it gets accumulated. In asexual reproduction, since it is only copying, and if there is a mistake in DNA copying, only then you will see variation. But overall effect of variation brings about changes in the features which help that organism to adapt to the changing environment and in turn help the organism to survive.